Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. This is your Wednesday reading. I am making this on Tuesday afternoon with some, probably, I'm sure, toboggan hair because I went out and finally uncovered my car. Yeah, so I'm in that area of the country that is completely covered up with ice and snow. So yeah, not fun. Anyway, I really and truly hope everyone is safe, happy, and well as much as absolutely possible. So I wanted to get into the vibe as I always do first. Hi, Holly, psychic medium, energy reader. I always like to start with my little baby kitty. I always like to start with, actually, she's a senior, but I still call her a baby. Anyway, the vibe, the energy for the day that the reading is meant for, which is tomorrow, which when you see it will be today, Wednesday. Let's put it that way. So, when I tuned in and I asked Spirit, tell me what the message is. What message do you want me to convey about the energy of the day to the collective? And I heard new. Just the word new. That's it. N-E-W. New. But with a sense of optimism and excitement and hope. And then I asked for a little clarification, and I heard new adventures. And I had this sense of, and I'm getting a really high-pitched sound and frequency rising up from behind me around my ears. There is something on the cusp that hasn't quite happened yet, but is about to. There is a new adventure waiting. Can you give me more information, please? Someone's getting tired and frustrated and a little angry. That's where I was last night. This new adventure has to do with whomever this is meant for. And remember, this is not for everyone. It is, please don't work to make it fit if it doesn't resonate with you. Only take what resonates. This is a general reading. But if it is yours, someone is getting ready to step into their fiery energy, step into their strength, wellness, vibrancy. That's the word, vibrancy. So new adventure or vibrancy, either one, collection of words would work. Look at that. So this is my mug that I write stuff on, and then it comes off in the wash. Oh, hang on. And today I got coffee. It is freezing cold. All right. So to go along with that, I decided to pull a card from Beyond Lemuria. And the cool thing about that deck is that I'm sorry, baby. There we go. Couldn't quite get it back where I needed to put it. The cool thing about this deck is everything you need is written on the back. They repeat some of the images from the front. And so this one is called Life Force Energy. Revel in the bliss of being alive. This card is packed with luminous life force energy for optimal health and healing. And no, I'm not going to read the whole thing because you guys, if you want to get this deck, you can read it or even look it up online probably. And I didn't read it when I pulled it. I just thought, okay, I'm sorry, my allergies are kicking in and I'm itchy. Okay. But the last line on this card says, as a result, you will shine with vitality. In the middle, increase your awareness of how things come to be in your world and your energetic resonance. Okay, so I'll just put the card here. If you want to read it, you can freeze frame this and take a look at it. Okay. All right. So the main part of that I'm getting the word vitality was actually in the card. All right. That's why I don't like to read something if I pull it beforehand, because I'm like, let's explore and find out what's going on together. So also, it's taking accountability and understanding that we cannot dictate what others do. We can't dictate what others do or feel or any of that. So all we can do is be in control of how we respond and how we take accountability for our own actions and thoughts and feelings and whatever. And no one can get a grip on your health and health issues except for yourself. Same with me. So, the Wednesday reading of Vitality and New Adventure has everything to do with that message as well, because as a collective, if this is your reading, I believe there is going to be a coming to grips, coming to terms with where you really are, what are your expectations, and then realizing it's up to you to get control of your life and make it what you want it to be. Wow, that's a big message. Okay, on that note, hang on. All right, now let's get into some reading stuff here. I'm going to pull, I rearranged my cards today on my table, and I use these for general readings. These are always going to be general readings. That's what tarot and oracle cards are fantastic for. I love them so much for that. I mean, you can get really specific with them, but as an energy reader, I also always try to encourage people to listen to their instincts, listen to the voice of spirit. But if you need something to get you started, like for general readings, I like to use cards as a jumping off point. Now, I am using, this is the back, this is what one of the cards looks like. These are, if this were a decor, it would be a maximalist decor rather than a minimalist decor. So, much like behind me. So it's not the minimalist, that's probably considered a maximalist. But, and I'm okay with it. So, I'm okay with both. Be organized, but have your stuff. So, that's my theory. But anyway, so this is the Tarot Illuminati. That's the name of the deck. Okay. Yeah, they've got a lot going on with these images. All right, so what is the message for the collective? What is a reading? I want to get into a good, deep reading for the collective for Wednesday. And we've got this sense of adventure coming up. We've got this sense of newness coming up. We've got this sense of, I feel like going places. So there's going to be this, someone is going somewhere. Or I don't know if it's a short or a long-term trip. But there is a sense of movement forward, action and movement forward. I'm hearing pack your bag, pack your bags. It may be a long trip. All right, what have we got here? We have, to start, the Prince of Swords. That Prince of Swords is in full action. And that, I'm not even hearing the word horse, I'm hearing steed. It is in full movement forward, and it is leading the charge. There's a lot of, they're not just soldiers behind that, there are troops. So you've got this person showing no fear and moving forward. And you know what? If you're going to have a new adventure, if you're going to step into your vitality, if you're going to come into your strength and find your health and wellness, there is a time to rest. And right now, that's where we are. We need to rest. But when we step into this vitality, we are fearlessly, and that is another key word, fearlessly moving into the future. So pack your bags and get ready. All right. 9 of Pentacles. This is someone who is, I mean, look at this. Look at her. Is she someone you would mess around with? Is this someone who does not know how to get things done? Is this someone, she knows how to accomplish her goals, and she has almost finished accomplishing them. That is a powerful individual. Okay, what else? Let's get into this a little bit more. So leading the charge with fearless bravery and some curiosity about what is around the corner. Pack your bags, get ready to go. This is not an overnight or a weekend trip. This is a longer stay. All right. And that's, I think, the crux of some of this. It's going to take strength, strength card, and it may be a permanent move because, look, you've got the infinity sign overhead, and that's just what I heard with that. It could be as related to this sense of movement forward or movement into a new situation that is permanent. What is the message? What is the message about this? Whoa, okay, got two. Here we go. Wow. Okay. Wow. Ugh, come on now. All right, we've got the Princess of Wands. Okay. She has High Priestess energy. And then the Empress, card number 3. Huh. She looks like Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I, or the first. She was someone who shaped the course of history across Europe and beyond. She shaped the modern world as we know it now. Incredibly powerful woman who started out at one point in her life before she took power being completely imprisoned and in fear of her life. She was also, and this is what I keep hearing, the Virgin Queen, the Virgin Queen. Who knows? But she was smart about it. She chose not to subjugate herself because she knew as soon as she married as a queen at that time period, she would abdicate basically she would keep her title but lose her power. It didn't matter what kind of king he was, and her father, Henry VIII, was not a nice one. Had her mother killed. And she did some stuff too, but, you know. This is important. And I haven't used this deck in a really long time. Here's what I feel like is going on here. We've got him. I'm just making up words as I go, you know. I don't know. We're getting this ferocious energy of leading the charge fearlessly, much like the first Elizabeth had to do. Someone who is potentially older, because this is someone who is accomplished, let's say. She's not at the beginning of a journey. With a great deal of strength, looking for what is going to be the next move and what is going to be her new permanence. This is, I know it's a Princess of Wands, but what this feels like and looks like to me, what I keep hearing and getting, is High Priestess energy and manifestation. Culminating with the Empress, who in this instance basically is, I mean, there's no way it could not be, Elizabeth I. One of the most independent and intense rulers of a very large kingdom, and did so until her death, her natural death, as an older woman. Cheers to that. Someone is coming into a place of strength with a new adventure. Better watch out. That's all I'm saying. This could be very interesting. All right. What's on the bottom? I feel like look at the bottom. Okay. Oh, well, look at the bottom. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Huh. Okay. Okay. All right. 3. And you know, 3 is a mystical number. So the 3 on the bottom. Because it almost creates like a tingly, sizzly feeling on my fingers when I know I need to take a card. Check out this dapper guy. Dapper Dan. 9 of Cups. With his jaunty little beret and his boots. That's a guy who's feeling pleased with himself. Oh, look, his chair is like mine is a mini version of that. Very different time period for my chair. But this is someone who, sometimes it can mean gluttony or excess, but this just means it's time to party. The victory has been accomplished. So there is a victory, and there is happiness. Happiness in home, happiness in wealth, happiness in place, happiness and a sense of groundedness is what I'm getting with that. Yes, groundedness. And then the Hermit. Someone is so much more powerful than they realize, and someone is so much more powerful. They are bringing light into the world. They are so much more powerful than they give themselves credit for until they become the fearless leader. Until they decide, I'm not following any longer. Yeah. That's what it is. This person has followed and followed and acquiesced, not any longer. You step into your truth, you step into your wisdom, and you step into your power, and you lead the way, not necessarily, it doesn't even have to be for others, but you lead and you hold the lantern and you walk your path with strength, fearlessly and unapologetically. All right, I am being very drawn to this one. This is the Queen of the Sun Oracle. I'm kind of curious to see where we go with this next. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry, my voice is kind of getting a little crackly. All right. You know, it is important to always listen to the voice of spirit because, speaking of health and wellness, I mean, if you watch it all, you know I'm constantly complaining about all my food allergies and stomach issues and blah, 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 blah. And I'd kind of had enough. Here I was being really good and I was still having issues. And so I listened to the voice of spirit when I asked, you know, it's better, but it's not what it should be, and it's still inhibiting my life and activities. So what do? And I, all of a sudden, just that fast, it popped into my head, and I actually saw the word Ayurveda, an Ayurvedic way of eating and thinking and approaching, I don't know, that health part of my life. So I immediately started digging into it, and sure enough, it fits entirely. So, yeah, listen to the voice of spirit. I'm not recommending it for anyone else, and I'm still learning about it. But understand that when you listen, ask for the answers you need, and then accept it when you hear it. That's a message for someone too. All right. Well, that went flying all the way across here. Okay. Purpose and boundaries. What is this? Oh, card number 1. New beginnings. Woohoo! And walking through the doorway into the light. Tell me that's not connected. Bam, yeah, it is. Okay. I like when things get, synchronize and get all synchronistic in their stuff. All right. So we have new adventures. We have card number 1, and numerologically, we are starting a new cycle with a 1. We have purpose, so you unapologetically and fearlessly lead the way into your own life and stop following other people and doing what they think you should do. And this is a general reading. You do what you want to do, be smart about it, blah, blah, blah. Anytime I see archways, doorways, gates, any windows, anything, I always feel hopeful. And it feels like an adventure to me. This is not only a doorway, but it's a stairway or a pathway leading into the light. So purpose is going to be part of this stepping into your strength fearlessly. Yeah. And there's water behind it. Looks like the ocean is behind that doorway, like around it. Okay. And then card 39. Add it all together. You get 3. Distill it down to a single digit. Again, a mystical number. Boundaries. This goes back to believing in yourself. Stop being told what to do and deciding what is best for you. When you set boundaries, other people can't hurt you as much. Other people can't offend, wound, or that sense of betrayal that we get sometimes, even in the small things. They can't hurt you anymore because you set up a boundary. When I get angry, it's because I get angry at myself for allowing something to happen. And just walking into it blindly, singing a dumb song. I get mad at myself. But even that is counterproductive. Instead, let's see it as a way of, like a tap on the shoulder saying, you might want to tweak your boundaries a little. You got a hole in the bubble here. Shore it up. You'll be all right. So, they said take one on the top. What does this say? The center. Card 44. Added together an 8 and abundance, wellness, and that infinity sign on the side. So we are getting more synchronistic messages and symbols. We have another pathway leading to, whether you call it the sun or another planet or whatever, but it is you are stepping into your brightest light. I just heard you're stepping out of the darkness. You're stepping out of the darkness. I felt like we needed to take one more. Opened it up to the middle. Card 8. No coincidence there. And again, this time we have someone who's even older than that 9 of Pentacles woman who was in the Tarot Illuminati cards. This is years later. Let's say 20. I think it's about 20. It feels like 20 years later. Still that card 8. Turn it on its side. Infinity. Abundance in all ways and all things. Cute little dog. Love that. Contentment. So she made the right choice. Okay. No one can make your choices for you. When you give away that much of your power, then how can you be upset if things do not turn out the way you hope, or you feel like your boundaries have been compromised, or you've been made the butt of a joke, or whatever it is? When you set your boundaries and make decisions for yourself in your own life, that is when you have your, and I'm hearing the word victory, that is when you have your victory. Because whether you succeed or fail, you can take responsibility for it. You know you tried, and then you try something else. And I swear to you, I can hear voices, and I know there is no one anywhere nearby that I would hear voices. Not at this time, not right now. But I can hear two voices talking. It's very faint. It's just in the background. If you notice they talk about, people very often talk about it in October, about the thinning of the veil, particularly in this hemisphere. I feel like we're having a different type of thinning of a veil between the living and the dead. I feel like this is more of between dimensions. I feel like there's a thinning of a veil, a thinning of the wall separating dimensions. So don't be surprised if you start picking up on things or noticing things, or you just get this light bulb of insight, that kind of thing. It's okay. It is okay. Now, if you're diagnosed and with some, I'll just give you an example, because I've had people refer to me, and after questioning them, I'm like, I don't feel anything around you. And as it turns out, they were diagnosed schizophrenic and not taking their medication. If you're hearing voices, then take your medication. Okay? Just take it. Go to your doctor, do something. Not everything is of the spirit world, okay? And some say that they're some of the most spiritual people because they hear or see more, but no. The ones I've encountered generally are violent, just saying, without medication. So, yeah, I'm hearing it very, very, and yes, the furnace fan is kicking. It's on, but it's been on this whole time. I can hear a conversation happening, but it's like I can't make out what they're saying. All right, well, I'll just deal with that in a minute. Okay. Be well, take care. Congratulations on your new adventure. And please take care of yourselves. There are people in the community going through some really tough events right now in their lives and in the lives of their family members. So let's all try to hold them in light, and even if you don't know who they are. And it's okay to say a prayer for someone or send positive thoughts, vibes, emotions towards someone. Don't deplete yourself, first and foremost, and don't absorb other people's pain. But you can absolutely ask for intervention and help for them. And if, it's always good to have their permission, but if you don't know them directly, or even if you're sending it out to the world or a world event or something you see on the news, it's okay to do it as long as you say, if they do not accept this, let it go where it is most needed. Okay? So just remember that. You're sending it, you're asking for intervention and help for all involved, the best outcome for all involved. If they are not willing to accept that, please send it to the place where it is most needed. Okay? All right. All right, everyone. Well, I think that's it. We are going to pick up with this with the next reading, and I think I'm going to have a couple more sips of my new adventure coffee. Yay! All right, everyone. Get that fiery energy going. You've got things to do. But if you need to rest today, and then, you can pick it up later. All right. I'll see you. Bye.